So shorts get the most traction. I'm going to try and be quick. Shane is dying as I speak. This is literally a health emergency, one way or the other. And Washington State University Veterinary Teaching Hospital, Mrs. Farnsworth, the director, yes, it's her real name, the director of the hospital there, I have talked to multiple times, multiple days. And today, I was begging once again for her to use the so-called Good Samaritan Fund or any other means to get him in there, get him dealt with, so that he doesn't have to suffer, so that he doesn't have to be put down, so that he doesn't have to live in absolute agony. He has stopped eating. The only reason he's eating right now is his personality. He has always been food aggressive. And that's the only reason. I have had that food available all day. I've been pouring fucking concrete all day with him in the car next to me. And he would not eat this food that he is now eating only out of his personality. He doesn't want anyone else to touch it. So somebody was good enough to put $10 on the Waggle Fund. I'm going to put that link in this video. Apparently anybody can do it. You don't have to sign up for Waggle to donate. The person that donated was a temporary guest. And like right now I'm putting the kennels to use just to keep the dogs away from him. He's finally eating his meal. I thought I was going to have to gabapentin him up again and lidocaine his mouth, which he absolutely loathes. He hates that one. He goes out of his way to avoid it. But it took lidocaine last night. After 10 minutes after hitting him with the lidocaine, even though it was a struggle, he started eating. And I didn't want to interrupt because he's eating, but this is what's going on. That's what it looks like. It has gone under his tongue. So far, it hasn't hit his tongue. He could still lose maybe 5-6 inches at most of his lower jaw and still have 4 teeth in the rear of his mouth, and that's literally where they chew anyway. So he can chew food after he gets 5 or 6 inches of his lower jaw removed. There is nothing wrong with his tongue. There is nothing wrong with his upper palate. I keep hearing the frickin' words, has it metastasized to his lymph nodes or his lungs? No, it hasn't. It's totally at his chin. That is where the problem lies. That is what is killing him with agony. Nothing more. The agony is what's killing him. And there's no excuse for it other than that I don't have the money and Farnsworth doesn't have a soul. I have called 3 other major hospitals, one in Montana today, and they all have the same answer, 5 to 7K just for the jaw surgery. And Waggle maxes out at $2,000, which is ludicrous to me. I don't even understand how a pet-specific fund for help maxes out at $2,000. Meanwhile, some woman that can scream racial slurs is nearly a millionaire. Well, like, what is wrong with America? Somebody help me save my dog instead of paying some woman for being a racist. But shame on WSU. I do not recommend anybody go to WSU. All they do is they'll hit you with the most expensive but least helpful treatments first because they want to siphon your money. So after they siphoned my money for radiation treatment and pre-diagnostic and the $1,000 CT scan, which in and of itself causes cancer, at 5% new cancers are caused by CT scans. It's a proven statistic. Meanwhile, 100 dogs in one study had their jaws removed, as I'm requesting, and over 50% of them live another year to 19 months. But he's not worth it because he's 10, even though that one with the purple collar is 13. This one is 15. I've got one outside that's 14. They're all related. I'm being denied help because of my poverty. That is the only reason that they are denying me any help. They could be helping him. They could have helped him last week. They could have helped him 3 weeks ago. They could have helped him as soon as we realized that 3 radiation treatments only made things worse. Keep eating, Shane. Oh, shame on Washington State University. Shame on any vet that would dare gouge somebody that much money for something on the same level as an amputation of a limb, I believe. I paid $1,300 to have one of my dog's limbs amputated. He's living with a friend. And it wasn't by choice. That was the one the friend wanted. I never want to let go of any of them. But anyway, no, I didn't. I had no problem with a three-legged dog. And I'd have no problem with a jawless dog. Or a nearly jawless dog. If they keep waiting, the longer they wait, the worse this gets. In fact, since he's not eating, I will show you guys, since I've already gone over 5 minutes. I will show you what is going on here. This is terrible. I pulled a tooth out of his mouth 2 days ago or so, and he ended up swallowing his crooked canine yesterday. I've been tempted to pull the rest of the teeth out of his mouth because these ones here, these two I can see anyway, because I know they're just causing him pain. It's gone all the way under his tongue. I don't know why this light's not actually hitting the problem. Brightest light, and I can't get a good shot of what's going on here. They're claiming they've got to have that $1,000 cancer-causing CT scan because an ultrasound doesn't view through bone. I'm calling bullshit because they can hit the interior of his mouth and the exterior of his mouth with an ultrasound, and most of what you're looking at, folks, is no longer bone. Whatever is killing him, it's like a rotting apple. And it's eating the bone. There is no bone to view. I would in fact say that wherever you see healthy bone on an ultrasound, chances are that's where you stop cutting. Somebody be angry with me, please.